and pride for me to welcome our Secretary and Correspondent Lion Dr. K. Ratnam, our young and energetic Director, Engineer Durai Ratnam, our dynamic Principal Dr. P. Balagurusamy, and respected Convener Madam Dr. J. Satyabama, the Organizing Secretary and HMCS Head of the Department, one of the IAC Coordinator, Mr. T. Rajamohan, and other staff members from HMCS, faculties from Subbulakshmi Lakshmipathy College, Madurai, RVS Arts and Science College, Sulur, Mr. Sunil, and other faculty members of GTN Arts College and our co-partners RVS and Subbulakshmi Lakshmipathy College. Our today's resource person, Chef K. Nagarajan, and student participants. I welcome you all in this wonderful, useful workshop, especially post-COVID entrepreneurship opportunities in vegan cuisine, which is very need of the hour, not only in the field of food technology, especially all economists there gave their suggestion through the post-COVID opportunities in the field of hotel industries, tourism, then communication and infrastructure will provide ample opportunities during the post-COVID period, especially in the 2024 onwards. So that good topic chosen by our Rajamohan, and also a eminent personality. We have with us Chef K. Nagarajan, Chef Kam, culinary trainer, GRT Hotels, Resorts and Chennai, Executive Officer, South India Chef Association. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
It is a great honor and pride for me to welcome our principal and president of IAC, Rajamohan, coordinator and the organizing secretary of this workshop, and all other faculty members of GTN and other host institutions. I welcome you all. And would also like to express our gratitude to our management for having given this nice opportunity to conducting a number of programs during the first quarter of IAC. I think this is the last program of first quarter of IAC in GTN Arts College. So I am sure that all the participants will feel enriched with the knowledge after completion of this event. I welcome you all. We'll have a great time ahead. Thank you. Thank you, one and all. I welcome, once again, I welcome all the participants, all the delegates and experts, including principal in this workshop. Now I hand over the session to Dr. C. Rajamohan.
Thank you so much for your very much impressive welcome address. It is very much honor and my privilege to invite Dr. P. Balagurusamy, Principal of GTN Arts and Science College and President of Institution Innovation Council of our college to propose the presidential address.
Rajmohan, audible.
Yes, sir, audible, very much, sir.
Respected chief guest of this wonderful webinar, Chef K. Nageswaran, chef cum culinary trainer, the famous GRT Hotels and Resorts and Executive Officer, SICA, respected Secretary of our prestigious institution, Lion Dr. K. Rathinam sir, our Director, Thambi, respected Durai, the Vice President of Institution Innovation Council, Dr. P. Ravichandran, Madam Satyabhama, Convener of Institution and Innovation Council, all other members of the Institution and Innovation Council, Chef Mr. Raj Mohan, Head of the Department of Hotel Management and Catering Science of our prestigious institution, all other faculty fraternity of the Department of Hotel Management and Catering Science, faculty and students from RVS College, Solur, Subbulakshmi Lakshmipati College, Madurai, and students friends of GTN Arts College, and the participants from various colleges of Tamil Nadu, even all over India. Very good afternoon to you all. As I have rightly pointed out in every seminar or workshop under Institution and Innovation Council, Mr. Raj Mohan is the motivating personality to organize this type of wonderful webinars. And he only motivated the management and the principal to start the Institution and Innovation Cell also. In the first quarter, among the 15 projects, almost 10 projects are organized by Mr. Raj Mohan. Either he may be organized directly in association with the principal, or he might have been associating with the concerned head of the departments. So by this way, his service is always commendable, and I wholeheartedly record my sincere gratitude to the Chef Raj Mohan, head of the Department of Hotel Management and Catering Science. My dear friends, as Dr. Ravichandran rightly pointed out, the title Post-COVID Entrepreneurship Opportunities in Vegan Cuisine is a right choice by the resource person and also by the organizer, Dr. Raj Mohan. Why? Because vegan cuisine uses no animal products such as meat, dairy, or eggs. This is more restrictive than vegetarian cuisine, no doubt at all. This allows non-meat animal products only. All vegan recipes are therefore vegetarian, though not all vegetarian meals are vegan. The COVID-19 pandemic situation has changed the way people think about plant-based eating and its role in protecting personal and planetary health. Even before the COVID-19 pandemic turned the world upside down 1 year ago, vegetarian, vegan, and flexitarian diets were on the rise. Concerns about personal health, planetary sustainability, and the ethical treatment of animals fueled this increased attention to plant-based diets. And now it appears the coronavirus pandemic has only helped to accelerate this trend. So this is the present scenario, and the organizers have chosen a very good, wonderful, time-based title. I wholeheartedly congratulate the organizers on behalf of our secretary and director and my own behalf. Definitely, this online workshop will help the teaching fraternity and also the students community to enhance their knowledge in the field of vegan cuisine diets. And nowadays, only the non-vegetarian diets are very popular. Our native city, Dindigul, is also very popular for biryani, non-vegetarian food. But somehow or other, this pandemic situation helped us to switch over to a normal, healthy diet. On that line, this seminar will definitely help the participants for getting more knowledge regarding this vegan cuisine. Thank you. Thank you, Anandal.
Sir, thank you so much for your very much cheerful presidency address, and also my gratitude for being with us in all the way to support us and encourage us and motivating us. Before I welcome Mr. Chef Nageswaran in this forum, I would like to read his profile and his awards and accolades before the all the participants. Chef K. Nageswaran is currently a sous chef cum culinary trainer in GRT hotels and resorts. Chef Nages is holding a profile of academic and professional experience over 18 years in the field of culinary arts. He was with Qatar Airways as a chef de partie, handled the operation of 11 lounges, including business and first class at Hamad International Airport, Doha, Qatar. He completed his UG Hotel Management IHM Chennai and advanced diploma in culinary arts from Sunrise Singapore Global Chefs Academy, which is associated with Johnson & Wales University, USA. He holds the certification for food hygiene and safety, and he is a certified culinary trainer from Indian Federation of Culinary Association. Chef Nages served with reputed hotel management institution as lecturer for more than 7 years, and he was the assistant training manager of Meritus Mandarin Singapore and Grand Hyatt Dubai. Through his years of experience, he has traveled to over 16 different countries, and presently he is also occupying the chair of Executive Officer of South India Chefs Association. Chef Nages won silver medal in ethnic cuisine at the Culinary Olympics held in Singapore 2006. He represented India that time. He is contributing his expertise to various universities and colleges as visiting and guest lecturer, and he has presented many of his research articles in international and national forum and been awarded by many professional bodies for his outstanding contribution in the field of culinary arts. So he holds many of his credentials with him. It is very much honor and also very much pride for us to have Chef Nageswaran as a resource person for the rightly and demanding topic of a day. So the session is now over to Chef K. Nageswaran. Welcome you, Chef.
Thank you, Mr. Rajmohan, as your introduction made me mesmerizing. And I would like to take this opportunity first extend my thanks to Mr. Rajmohan, head of the department for GTN Arts College. I would also take this opportunity to extend my regards to Satyabama Conveyor, Dr. P. Radha Ravichandran, the Vice President, and Dr. Bala Guruswamy, the Principal, and to all students who are present here for this webinar, for this wonderful topic about entrepreneurship on vegan cuisine. So thank you very much for taking your time, and let's go into the session. As Rajmohan and Mr. Balaguruswamy has rightly said about a little bit of vegan cuisine, that's very informative. I'm gonna quickly switch into my presentation and okay. Is my presentation is visible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Okay, can we go about it? Yes. Okay, in today's presentation, since most of my audience, type of audience are the students who are doing, I hope they are doing their second years and final years of hospitality management. And after the course, these guys used to decide where to I able to work and what is the different branches of hospitality industry. So either they can choose to opt to hotels, or they can able to work in the restaurants, or they can able to start their own business. So coming up the own business, what is the latest trends which is happening is only the fast food joints, because honestly telling, the restaurant concepts which are coming up, it cannot able to sustain in this pandemic industry because of the instability of the market growth. So now, so what we're gonna look at this presentation is to have their own opportunities to an hospitality professional, how to start their own business in the vegan cuisine. So that is what the topic and the entire presentation is all about. The first slide, which I'm just gonna project, is there are different concepts here. One is the trends which is happening in the latest in Chennai as well as or India, where your investment has to be very less and your yield has to be more, or your profit has to be more. At the end of the day, you should not get into loss of a business after a couple of years. The sustainability of the business is very, very important. So what type of business, if I start a business, what type of business which gives me sustainability at the end of the day is in your front of your screen. The first and foremost is your food truck. So, and second is your small kiosk concept. The third one is your central kitchen at your home, where you can able to cook, you can pack, and you can deliver it through Dunzo or Zomatos. Online ordering is now very, very popular after pandemic. People wanted food at one touch. You know, people don't wanted to go outside. People wanted the healthy and tasty food, which is to be delivered at home at the right time, at the right temperature. That is very, very important. The fourth one, which is term, is the drive-ins. We don't have not much of drive-ins concept in Chennai, to be honestly speaking, or anywhere across South India, where this was very popular during 90s. There were a few restaurants in Chennai called Woodlands, which has a drive-in concept. And it was so famous. For this drive-in, you need a specific space, and you need you need a kiosk which can be set in the corners of the road, where it can be picked up and it can be when goes. Usually in the abroad, you can find these concepts are very popular, like McDonald's, Burger Kings. All these concepts are very popular drive-ins. So what are my key factors about investing? You're starting up your own entrepreneurship. First and foremost is a low cost investment. You will have to look for your budget. What is your budget is all about. Second is, how do I get a maximum turnover of my investment? That is very, very important. Third, please go for a comfort food. Don't go for a fancy food items. Why? Because you will have to look from the customer point of view. Nowadays people wanted a comfort food. Comfort food means the food which is being known or popular to everyone. You just have to rework the food. That's what we're going to speak about in this presentation. And next is a brand value. Create your own brand value. Like you should be a brand. Okay, you have to be a brand, and then you'll have to expand your brands across various places of South India. So that happens from you. And the next is the customer has to feel that he or she is having a value for money. So the portion which you're going to serve to a customer has to have a value for money. That's very important. It has to be quick and easy service. Here now the trend is the customer don't want to wait for a longer time. The concept of waiting in the restaurant for 20 minutes, 25 minutes is all gone. The customer wants like a quick food. You know, he wants to come, he wants to order, he picks and he goes back. The concept is now turning into like a westernized culture is coming inside now. So, you know, like people come, you pick your coffee, you pick your croissants and you keep walking to your office. So that's what the concept will be for next 5 to 10 years moving up. And then a low food cost, high profit. So why do we choose this topic of vegan cuisine? Because in this vegan, you'll have to understand something, as Mr. Mr. Ravichandran told very clearly, that a vegan is something which is purely vegetarian. So your profit margin is high, and the concept which we're going to go in is very trendy concept. I believe that in Chennai, it's very, very handful of people who are, at the vegan business. You know, there are not much people know about this. The people are having, the people are turning vegans in current generation. Okay, so this concept is getting famous in abroad right now. So, and in India, the concept is not so popular yet. So if you guys are having an idea of opening a restaurant or opening a kiosk or opening a own brand, you can establish this vegan concept across your place. And there is a less risk of loss in this business. Why I'm telling you is, the equipments, the investments which you're gonna do it is very minimum. You're not gonna invest, lakhs and lakhs of rupees in a huge equipment, hiring a big space, hiring a massive crew members, and renovating a restaurant, opening a fine dining concept. Nothing is gonna happen here. It's just a very simple business, like a fast food type. So that is what we're going to look for. And these are the various points that you'll have to keep in mind before you start a restaurant or plan a restaurant. Now we are in a planning stage of a restaurant. First, we had a concept. Okay, now you choose a concept. You took a concept now. So now next you're gonna go for a next stage of how do I gonna design or plan my restaurant. Okay, the first and foremost which you wanted to do is you do your homework properly. That is, do your market research. So what type of market research that I love to look for? The first and foremost is the place where you're gonna target your restaurant or a unit. Okay, and then you find the locality first, and then you start sourcing out who are my competitors, what type of restaurants which is been surrounded in that particular locality. So what type of target customers are been coming into those restaurants. So if I start my concept of vegan restaurant there, will it run or not? Okay, so you'll have to do a basic research in that particular locality. Okay, you need to grab the data first, analyze the data, and then second and very important, you like to look for your target clientele. Who is my customers? Is it youngsters? Is it school-going kids? Is it a family crowd? Or is it stags? Or is it old people? Or is it a mixed culture? Or is it who is my target customer? So based on that, your menu has to be framed. Your menu should have a combination of food items which has to convince all type of customers. That's very important. And then you fix your type of food. What type of food I'm gonna put on my menu? Okay, so my concept is vegan. I'm into pure vegetarian, and this is what I'm gonna go. So you frame your menu outline, okay? And then we will go for a pricing structure. So what type of pricing structures that you'll have to look for? See, normally there are two types of pricing structures you'll have to go for. One is a competitive pricing method. You know, what do you mean by competitive pricing method? Is something where you'll go to market, You analyze your competitors, and then you fix your pricing based on the competitors. For example, if restaurant A is giving French fries for 50 rupees, you give your French fries for 55 rupees. So this is your competitive pricing method. And then next is your psychological pricing method. Okay, I'm giving restaurant A is giving 55 rupees, but my cost price of the French fries per portion is only 30 rupees. So my fixing of the pricing for this particular item is around 35 to 40. So you have a marginal profit to attract customers initially. And then once you sustain in the business, you gradually increase the price so that your profit is being stabilized. So this is very important in the pricing structure. Next is equipment analysis. So what do I do in equipment analysis? So once your menu is ready, after the menu, you will start working on your equipment. So equipment is mostly planned based on space, is planned based on menus, based on manpowers, based on type of fuel which you're going to use, and a type of what is your budget at the end of the day. So all these criteria comes inside, and also your space comes where what type of unit you're going to establish, what type of menu you're going to serve, what type of equipment which is being needed for that menu. Okay, so the equipment is divided into three types. One is hot equipments, cold equipments, and then holding equipments. So these are the three types of equipments. So you know what is hot equipments? Hot equipments are equipments which is used for all your cooking equipments comes inside hot. So cold is all your refrigerators, storage units, all comes under cold. And then your holding. Holding is the equipments which helps to make sure your food is served hot or kept warm. Okay, so those are three types of equipment. So after the equipment, what do you need to do is you need to look for staff. Staffing is very, very challenging nowadays because it's very tough to get a right employee for the right work. So what you need to do is you need to be very open in selecting an employee, and you'll have to provide them an accurate training what exactly you are looking for. So you need to look for a hierarchy of staff. It is again based on the type of unit which you have been using. So if it's a food truck, you need only 2 people or 3 people maximum. So if it is a kiosk, it's again the same business. If it's a restaurant, then you'll have to have 5 to 6 people working at your kitchen. So the selection of staff should be combined with a person who has a good knowledge, who will be acting as a head chef or a research and development chef for the particular menu, followed by people with the basic culinary knowledge, so that you can pay your salary according to their experience, according to the profit which you are getting at the end of the day, as well as according to the outlet wise. So that is very important. So next is your kitchen design. See, it's as I said, kitchen design is something, you have different types of kitchen designs. You have L shape, then you have U shape, you have parallel, back to back. So these designs are mostly applicable in the high-end restaurants and hotel designs. So let's come back to our food truck. So what type of kitchen design I can able to use it for a food truck? Means it's an L-shaped kitchen design. So L-shaped kitchen design is something where you have your range, you have a fryer, you have a salamander, then you have a sink or micro on the side. So you have a complete setup on the L-shaped kitchen design. And the proper kitchen design should be implemented so that there should not be any accidents in your workplace. Okay, there should be easy movement of staff between the sections. Okay, those things has to be taken in consideration. And the chef should have easy access to the equipment, easy access to his mise en place trade list. So all these parameters has to be considered when you plan a kitchen design. And then you come for a menu composition. So menu composition is very important, that what type of food that you're gonna give to our customers. So see, it's not only the food. Okay, the food is associated with so many other things. Like for example, you need to serve food at the right temperature. The cooking temperature has to be perfect. The texture has to be there. All the items which your comprises in the menu should have different textures, different shapes, different taste. You should have a balance of the food. Then how am I gonna serve? What are my gonna menu should be like? You're gonna start with your appetizers. You're gonna have a soup. You're gonna have a salad. You're gonna have a main course with accompaniments. Then you have a dessert. You have a beverages. It depends upon the outlet which you are planning. And again, it depends upon the type of target customers that you have been looking for. All these things is very important when we are coming up with the menu designing. And how am I gonna put my menu to a customer? So your menu can be based on the printed menus which can be displayed, okay, or you have a menu board which has to be, you have a daily specialty where, like every day you change one item or two items, the specialty of the day, which is been told to a customer, where he or she, this is something like a unique selling point in your restaurant. So that is very important. Then we come to a workflow management. That workflow management is something is very, very important. Like you plan your ingredients, you purchase your ingredients, then you store your ingredients, then you process your ingredients, then you cook your ingredients, and you serve your food. So this is your workflow management. So from planning, ordering, then receiving, then storage, then processing, and then pre-cooking and your cooking, okay, and service. So this is your workflow management. Then let's go for your hygiene and sanitation. And it's very, very important, because with the COVID, people know about what is the hygiene standards. You need to have your clean working atmosphere. You need to brief your team that to keep your place clean as you go concept is very, very important. And then you need to have a proper grooming standards for your staff. You need to wear your head net, you need to wear gloves when touching raw food, and then hot food has to be served hot and cold food has to be served cold. See, these are very, very basic things which a customer look for. Hygiene is very, very important. You need to get your the restaurant sterilized before opening and after closing of your restaurants, and your food safety, basic food safety certification from the local bodies is very important, because the customer look at all these things, and if he finds pests, if he finds insect, if he finds food which is very filthy, he cannot able to, you will be losing your customer at the end of the day. So that is very, very important. So yeah, so these small things are very, very makes a big impact in your business. And the next and very foremost is yield and waste management. This is where people lose money. So yield is something like what best I can able to extract from one ingredient. So that is called as an yield. So the waste management, you need to train your staff in during the formulating your recipes and finalizing your your food. So how can the trimmings can be used effectively? Okay, how can I able to store my food effectively? So all these things can able to reduce wastage. And again, you need to look at the proper supplier and costing, then storage, then processing, so that wastage can be reduced very drastically, and you can able to look at the profit at the end of the day. And the next is the local license and certification that I've already mentioned. And food presentation and innovation, very, very important, because you cannot do, customers don't want fancy platings. Understand? The concept is over. You have to look out of the box, how do I able to serve a burger and French fries in a different concept? Very simple. How do I serve a sandwich? How do I serve a pasta, which is something unique? Okay, that's called your innovation. That's called your food presentation. Try to use natural natural supplies. Don't go for plastic. Don't go for high-end fancy plates. That doesn't work out. But look for something which is very attractive, which is recyclable, and which is which can able to give a good wow effect to a customer. Next and foremost, even though you have an amazing unit, but social media and word of mouth plays a very important role. So your guest PR is very important. You'll have to talk to customers. You'll have to give them a survey cards, then feedback forms. Initially you are growing, it's just like a newborn baby to you. You are growing, like you make mistakes, and the customers are the people who can able to rectify and able to improve you with good standards and specifications. So these things are very important. These things are very important in the day-to-day concept of designing the restaurant. Next and foremost, which I wanted to tell you is, which most people don't do it during their restaurant designing, is menu engineering. Menu engineering is something which speaks about a fast moving and slow moving of the food items. Once you start a business and once your business is running effectively, it's not that you will have to keep continuing the same thing. You'll have to, improve yourself. So how do you improve yourself? That is where the menu engineering comes inside. So menu engineering is a key where you find items which are fast moving, which are slow moving. So what you do is you remove the slow moving items and you try to see how can I able to incorporate the items which can able to eat the customer. Okay, so all these things makes a restaurant more profitable and more planned and well organized. So let's go for the topic. So few people are still confused, like what is a difference between a vegan and a vegetarian cuisine. Okay, let us first go from the roots, okay, so that you guys understand very specifically. Okay, see, vegan is something which is being created now, probably after 18th or 19th century, it got famous. So vegetarian is one of the oldest cuisine in the world. Okay, there are different specific communities where follows vegetarian cuisine through generation after generation. So these community people, they eat only plant-based foods. Okay, no meats or seafood. Or meat-based items have been added because of their religion, ethics, health, and animal welfare. Okay, so the diet is basically the vegetables and plants. That's it. But now, in change of 19th century, okay, these community people, they eat eggs and dairy, few include in their menus. Okay, but not the meats. This is the oldest form of cuisine in India, and which has been around practice across India and across the world. And it is proven to be very successful cuisine. Why? Because it gives a successful lifestyle and increase your shelf life of your human body. That's very important. So usually people say, when you see older people, the people used to stay healthy in their 80s and 90s also. But when you see the current generation, people are, the shelf life is very less. So what are the different types of vegetarian diets which is usually followed in the olden days? First one is fruit-rich diet. This diet is basically only of fruits. People take more of fruits, okay, and less of vegetables. Their diet is basically in the form of juices, in the form of purees, in the form of fresh. Anything which is consumed fresh is always healthy. Please trust me. Anything which is consumed fresh is always healthy. Or you can say that there are so much of packed fruit items, packed juices, canned juices, which is coming. Chef, those is also good. No, so anything which is processed, it has a chemical engine, because a shelf life has to be extended only by adding a chemicals. Without that, nothing can be increased. Okay, if I'm talking very faster, please let me know. I can able to control, reduce my speed level. Okay, the next and foremost is microbiotic diet. Okay, this is this type of diet is usually usually follow this diet, which is usually a plant-based diet. Okay, and let's talk about vegans. Okay, who are vegans? The vegans are something which got popular in 1940s. So what happens is, like, after independence, when the Britishers were ruling India, so when they went back from India, they found that the diet of vegetarian were found to be very interesting. So they took this vegetarian diet to Britain, and they started this vegetarian diet, but they named it as a vegan. Okay. So what vegan means is, it's again, it's only a plant-based food, and the meat is being avoided. And they are very strict vegetarians, but they don't consume any meat or any meat-based items. Okay, and especially they are complete. See, for a human body, okay, you need protein, you need vitamins, you need carbohydrates, you need fats. Okay, the mainly protein is being obtained from dairy and meats. Mostly we take meats, we take chicken, we take mutton, we take egg, we take dairy, because all these are combination of protein. How do we substitute protein in the diet? When you go for a restaurant, when you order for a main course, the main course is usually a fish or a meat or a seafood. Okay, let's take chicken. This is what the popular meat around the world. People eat chicken in any forms for a good protein. So now you need to understand that when I start a restaurant, okay, when I'm making a chicken burger, how do I substitute a chicken with the vegan? Okay, so this is the question which I'm gonna putting you now, and you guys gonna think of it. Okay, what are different types of vegan regimens that we're gonna follow? What people eat? Mostly of seeds and nuts, fruit and vegetables. See, this is what your menu has to be. Your menu, which you're gonna put it for your vegan food, okay, for your restaurant or for your food unit, will ask the combination of all these things. Okay, you have to use only vegetable oil, no butter, no ghee. Okay, and you have to use legumes, pasta, beans, lentils, breads, pasta, rice, then dairy products. You cannot use any of your dairy products. Okay, no cheese, no butter, no ghee, nothing, anything which with dairy to be removed. How do I substitute? You're substituting with soya, you substitute with coconut milk, you substitute with almond milk. You might say, chef, all these things are expensive. Where do I source it? Okay, see, now nothing is expensive. With this globalization, you will get everything in your local supermarket. You just have to reformulate your recipes. That's it. And you have to, even the honey, which are being currently used, is not a vegan. Actually, what is honey? Honey is, and the bee goes to a flower, it takes the stigma, and then it goes and it puts in a honeybee. So it is an animal. Actually, it is from an animal. So we'll have to substitute with the natural sweetener. Okay, why the vegan is getting popular? So first and foremost is, it's not because of the COVID the vegan is getting popular. It is people don't know what is vegan is all about. Okay, so in India, when you ask people, mostly they don't have this awareness what is vegan. They think, okay, it's vegan is something vegetarian. Yes, it is vegetarian. Okay, but you are more than vegetarians. Okay, why? Because now around the world, people are now fighting to preserve and protect animal welfare. That is very important. That is one of the, if we start, slaughtering animals for the next generation, we will not have anything left over in this planet. So obviously they are also a human being, and they also have a right, they also have some place to live in the planet. So that's why there's a cruelty against killing the animals is become very odd now. And the meat is cheaper than vegetables. Please take this point. And it's no preservatives, no processed food has been added. Health conscious of for the younger generation. And it helps to reduce the food cost and wastage. That's very important. Balanced diet in the food is very important. It's a key nutrition player for health. Trust me, if you're gonna turn vegan, you will not have cholesterol, you will not have diabetic, you will not have your BMI of your body will be maintained. First 60 days to 80 days will be very difficult for you to adopt, but once you adopt it, this will be your lifestyle for, you know, and for the future generation also. So, and the vegan cuisine, since you are eating a plant-based diet, you get your protein, iron, calcium, omega-3 fatty acids, everything from the, from the greens, what we are using. So what are different types of vegans? There are three types of vegans. That's what is very important. There are few people, you know, it's very tricky here, okay. There are few people who eat eggs, but they don't eat poultry, fish, and dairy. They are called ovo-vegans. Okay, lacto-vegans are people eat dairy, but no eggs and poultries. So lacto-ovo-vegans are people who eat dairy and egg. It's not that I'm gonna put all these things on my menu, but what you can still do is you can keep an option on your menu for these type of vegans. Okay, so it will be still more an added advantage. Very few dishes which has a combination of any dairy or, you know, or eggs. Okay, and flexitarians are the people who only the diet which is based on the plants and they don't add any animal products. So what they don't eat at the end of the day, we all know that beef, pork, lamb, and red meats, chicken, duck, and poultry, they don't eat. No fish, no eggs, no cheese, butter, no milk, no cream, no ice creams, no dairies, no mayonnaise, no honey. Oh my God, chef, you told everything which is very popular. And how do I gonna plan my menu? You know, correct? So your menu should be like this. Okay. The substitute of vegan are mostly is based on the protein. So I'm leaving other things. I'm just touching only the main protein because it is where the unique selling point of your restaurant is only your protein-based foods. Okay, so what happens is, what do I give instead of chicken? What do I give instead of mutton? What do I give instead of eggs? So this is your answer is all about. Okay, the first and foremost is seitan. Seitan, the word is quite unfamiliar for you. See, this type of product is mostly famous in Asian cuisine. Okay, Indonesia, Malay, Peranakan, all these places of Southeast Asia, they use this. So what is seitan? Seitan is nothing but a flour which is been made as a dough, and the moisture is been removed, and then it is sliced as a meat. Okay, so it is soya-based mock meat, which is made from gluten of wheat. If you wanted to go check, you go to Google, you type seitan, and then you can able to extract how it exactly looks like. I will also given you a picture at the following slides to come. And then tofu. So everyone knows what is tofu. Tofu is something which is made from the soya bean extract, the milk of soya bean. And it is like a paneer, okay, but it's not a paneer. It is from the soya. And then we have tempeh, is a fermented soya bean. Okay, you have this. Currently, people use soya chunks. Okay, so in cooking, so that's how tempeh looks like, a flat ones. Edamame is immature soya bean, which has to be boiled before cooking. And you have lentils, you have beans, you have quinoa, you have soya milk, oats, and oatmeal products is an added advantage of protein in the vegan cuisine. Okay, guys, let's come to a main picture of our presentation. Chef, how do my menu comprises of? Don't put too much of things in the menu. Okay, first and foremost, your menu has to be simple, clean, unique, and different. Okay, simple, clean, unique, and different. This is your concept. Okay, give smoothies. Okay, vegan smoothies. Give burgers. give panini sandwiches, give fresh squeezed vegetable drinks. Just get a pulverizing, a vegetable pressing machine. Just put vegetables inside, gets squeezed, and it gets juices. Give burritos, wraps. Give shawarmas. You don't need to have an shawarma machine where you have all these meats. No, okay. You can get soya. You can cook with soya. You make a marination and then keep it ready. So once order comes, you cook in a saucepan and then you wrap it with the bread and you give it as an Antos shawarma. Then you can give pizzas. Okay, you can give salads, you can give combo meals. It's again the desserts and scoops. You have ice creams which is made from coconut milk, ice creams which is made from soya milk. Okay, unsweetened ice creams which is made from not from the dairy, not from the milk, but the milk crystals. So all these things you can able to work on it, and then you can able to plan a menu accordingly. So these things, the customers will be, it will be a completely new concept for a customer to experience the food. The customer will have the willingness to come and see what is new inside. That is very important. Okay, that's where your food becomes popular. So I have given you a link down. Okay, this is a link of a vegan restaurant in Dubai, where one of my student works there as an executive chef there. He plans up the complete menu with the only the vegan ingredients. Okay, and it's so famous, and people have to take a reservation to walk into that particular restaurant to serve. And when you look at the picture here on the side, okay, so this is a complete vegan burger. Okay, and the meat is made from soya chunks. So this is how the presentation is, very, very, a unique presentation, okay, a contemporary style, okay. And we also have a vegan cheese in the market, okay. We have a ready-made vegan patties for the burgers, which is made from tofu, mushrooms, minced mushrooms, black beans. Instead of minced meat, you boil everything, you mince it, and then you make a patties, and then you cook it as a burger. Okay, the mayonnaise, how do I cook, make my own mayonnaise? Okay, instead of egg, you use soya milk, you use cashew nut paste as your thickening agent, and you oil, and you have an emulsifying it. Okay, then you make a mayonnaise out of it. So you make your own mayonnaise. And then you have your ice cream. As I said, ice cream, you can use your coconut milk, almond milk, soya milk, sugar, okay, thickening agent. That will be your ice cream. Put it in the machine, then run it across. You give a special vegan ice cream. Then pumpkin puree instead of eggs for your waffles, pancakes. Okay, how do I able to substitute my egg? So substitution of egg comes from your mashed bananas, pumpkin purees, and the chicken. I've put the pictures of tempeh and seitan downstairs. And that's how your tempeh looks like, and that's how your seitan looks like. Okay, and they're so made from soya, and also you can use as a chickpea purees as your meats. Okay, vegan is these things are also available in Indian supermarkets, where you'll have to look for a supplier where you can able to source out and get it get it without any interrupt disturbances for a complete 365 days. So you'll have to have an allergen notification at your unit telling that these are allergen of soya. So in case if anyone is allergic to soya, please make sure that you inform to chef, so alternative can be done. Okay, so these are the few products which you can able to look for, and we can able to substitute for the vegan in your restaurants. You can have vegan sausages, you have organic jackfruit, you have chicken nuggets, okay, vegan nuggets, then you have tempehs, then you have seitans, then you have lentils, then you have tofus, then you have burger patties, which are very, very commercially available. Okay, and I would like to hear from you guys any questions regarding the vegan. So before completing it, I just wanted to tell you something. I want you guys to if you are not work in the industry for some years, take some basic experience and try to explore yourself. Everyone has a one potential. If you wanted to start your own business, go ahead and do it. But you start at the minimum investment. That is very, very important. Don't invest too much. Okay. You look for the comfort food which people like. Look for something which people have not experienced. That's where you can able to be a successful entrepreneur. When you look at the successful people across, they do something different which others don't try. So this is very important. Okay. You do something which others have not tried. Okay, this is such a small webinar, but I hope it will create a spark in you. You will pick some concepts from this, where you can able to develop and you can be your own boss at the end of the day. So I wanted to take this opportunity to thank Raj Mohan, head of the department for GTN Arts College, for giving me an opportunity to share a few thoughts and ideas about the vegan restaurants to the students. I hope this information will be very useful for them, and they can able to come across as a successful entrepreneurs in their life. So over to Raj Mohan.
Chef.
Yes.
Chef, very great presentation for last 20 to 25 minutes. Really, the students and we, that means the faculty of these three institutions, got a good idea about actually what is happening in the industry, what actually needed to proceed further for the entrepreneurship venture in any ideas. Like you spotted one idea now, that vegan cuisine. Like there are a lot of ideas will be emerged or sparking on any one of the individual. I think 151 students. Very beginning, we had altogether 162, 165 students. Definitely, any one of the student will have any golden and very prosperous idea may be sparking in himself after this presentation. I call all the students or the student participants to rise or post your questions related to the topic or related to the culinary industry. You can post the questions.
So how do I see those questions?
So maybe it is in chat box, or they can raise the question in video also, through video.
Okay.
Dear students, you can on your camera and you can speak with us. Otherwise, you can chat it in the box.
You guys can able to throw me any questions which I can able to answer from culinary, maybe outside vegan also, no issues.
I think all the future entrepreneurs are enjoying the raining in their
it's raining there.
In their different destinations, and they are enjoying the
hopefully, like some spark will be turning up in some point of
through
time.
Sleep also some dream will come, Chef.
Yeah, dreams will come. They will hopefully some vegan, some non-vegetarians will turn to vegans.
Okay, I think Pavitran is there. Pavitran.
Yes, good evening.
Illa sir, Pavitranukku set agadu.
Sir, audio is not clear.
Pavitran, please.
Sir, நான் பவித்ரன் இல்ல முகேஷ் பேசுறேன்.
முகேஷ் சொல்லுங்க.
தமிழ்ல பேசலாமா சார்?
ரொம்ப
பேசலாம்.
குட் ஈவினிங் ஜெஃப்.
குட் ஈவினிங்.
இப்போ நான் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயர் படிக்கிறேன் ஜெஃப்.
ஓகே.
பிஎஸ்சி மெரின் கேட்டரிங் அண்ட் ஹோட்டல் மேனேஜ்மெண்ட். அப்போ நான் 3 வருஷம் முடிச்சா மட்டும் இந்தியன் குசைன் கத்துக்கிட்டா நல்லா இருக்குமா இல்ல கான்டினென்டல் கத்துக்கிட்டா நல்லா இருக்கும்?
இது ரொம்ப கரெக்டான கேள்வி ஆக்சுவலி. ஓகே, எங்க கிட்ட வர ட்ரைனிஸ், எங்க கோர்ஸ் முடிச்சுட்டு ஆன் ஜாப் ட்ரைனிஸ் நிறைய பேர் வருவாங்க. ஸோ எல்லாருமே வந்து கேட்குற கேள்வி என்ன டிபார்ட்மெண்ட் வேணும் அப்படின்னா எனக்கு கான்டினென்டல் அப்படின்னு. ஓகே, நான் எல்லாருக்கும் வந்து ஒரே ஒரு விஷயம் சொல்லணும்னு விரும்புறேன். ஓகே, இந்தியன் ஃபுட் இஸ் த குவிசின். இந்தியன் ஃபுட் வந்து நம்ம பாரம்பரிய சாப்பாடு. ஓகே, அந்த பாரம்பரிய சாப்பாடை வந்து நீ வந்து ஒரு வெள்ளைக்காரங்கிட்ட கொடுத்து செய்யினா அவனால செய்ய முடியாது. எவ்ரி கண்ட்ரி every person will have their own cooking. ஓகே, கான்டினென்டல் பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் நீங்க ஸ்கோப் பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு வந்து அப்ராட்ல ஒரு பிரெஞ்சுக்காரன் வந்து சாஸ் வச்சா சாஸ் பண்ணா எடுத்துப்பாங்களா, இல்ல ஒரு இந்தியன் சாஸ் பண்ணா எடுத்துப்பாங்களா? ஓகே, ஃபார் சிம்பிள் ரீசன், அவங்கவுங்களுக்கு என்னென்ன குவிசின் வந்து மதர் குவிசினோ அதுலதான் அவங்க வந்து ஃபேமஸ் ஆக முடியும். இப்போ நீ வந்து 5 years or 3 years கழிச்சு நீ வந்து ஒரு அப்ராட்ல போய் வேலை செய்யணும்னு நினைக்கிற, அப்ப வந்து நீ எந்த குவிசின்ல நீ வந்து ஸ்பெஷலைஸ்டா இருந்தா உனக்கு வேலை கிடைக்கும் அப்படின்னா, டு பி வெரி ஆனஸ்ட்லி ஸ்பீக்கிங், இந்தியன், சவுத் இந்தியன், தந்தூர். ஏன்னா these 3 cuisines requires skill. Okay, these 3 cuisine require experience. These 3 cuisines require talents. இந்த 3 cuisineல அப்புறம் அல்வாய், இந்த 4 section of the kitchen, Indian, South Indian, தந்தூர், அல்வாய். இந்த 4 செக்ஷன்ல வந்து நீ ஏதாவது ஒரு செக்ஷன்ல எடுத்து ஸ்பெஷலைஸ் பண்ணினா, take my words, 3 years or 4 years after that, any Europe countries எந்த ரெஸ்டாரண்ட்ல போனாலும் உனக்கு நல்ல வேலை கிடைக்கும். பட் when you take a continental எடுத்தீங்கன்னா நீ எந்த யூரோப்ல போனாலும் you cannot sustain. ஏன்? பிகாஸ் you have their people, அவங்க கண்ட்ரிக்காரங்கன்னா அவங்க ஃபுட்டு செய்வாங்க. ஓகே, நீ வந்து உனக்கு என்ன தெரிஞ்சதோ அது வச்சுதான் நீ காசு பார்க்க முடியும். ஓகே, ஸோ இட்ஸ் வெரி கிளியர். ஷெஃப் இவங்க சொல்றாங்க அவங்க சொல்றாங்க கான்டினென்டல் தான் பெஸ்ட். நோ, I will not say continental is the best. Continental will give you an idea. It's one among the idea. But you are Indian, you are South Indian, Tandoor and Alwai is the 4 departments in kitchen which gives you a better career. புரியுதுங்களா? career wise பார்க்கும்போது ஒரு better career வேணும் அப்படின்னா இந்த 4 செக்ஷன் தான் ரொம்ப ரொம்ப இம்பார்ட்டன்ட். Okay, anyone else?
Any more questions?
சார் இன்னொரு கொஸ்டின் சார்.
சொல்லுங்க.
செஃப் இப்ப 3 வருஷம் முடிச்சுட்டு ஒரு ஹோட்டல்ல ஒர்க் பண்ணும்போது கிச்சனுக்குள்ள ஒர்க் பண்ண விட மாட்டேங்காங்க, ஏன்?
இல்ல, அந்த மாதிரி எல்லாம் எதுவுமே இல்லையே. 3 வருஷம் நீங்க முடிச்சுட்டு யூ வில் பி ஜாயினிங் ஆஸ் அ, நீங்க வந்து ஆக்சுவலி ட்ரையல் கேட்பாங்க, நீங்க ட்ரையல் தரணும். ட்ரையல் தந்த பிறகு யூ வில் பி டேக்கன் இன் அ ரோல். கிச்சன்ல விட மாட்டாங்க அப்படின்றதுலாம் இல்ல. அதாவது வந்து எந்த ஒரு ப்ரொஃபஷன் எடுத்தாலுமே வந்து ப்ராப்பர் ட்ரைனிங் இல்லாம நம்ம அந்த ப்ரொஃபஷன்ல இறங்க முடியாது. நீங்க காலேஜ்ல படிக்கிற விஷயங்கள் வேற, ஹோட்டல்ல செய்யற விஷயங்கள் வேற. ஸோ காலேஜ்ல நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுவீங்கன்னா, நீங்க பேசிக்கா தான் நீங்க எல்லாமே செய்வீங்க. ஃபார் எக்ஸாம்பிள் பேசிக் கட்ஸ் ஆஃப் வெஜிடபிள்ஸ், பேசிக் சாசஸ், பேசிக் சூப்ஸ், பேசிக் இந்தியன் கிரேவிஸ், பேசிக் இந்தியன் ஃபுட்ஸ். ஆனா அதே வந்து நீங்க வந்து ஹோட்டல்ல ரெப்ளிகா பண்ண முடியாது. ஏன்னா ஹோட்டல்ல வந்து மெனு வேற மாதிரி இருக்கும். அதே மாதிரி ஹோட்டல்ல வந்து ஃபர்ஸ்ட் யூ வில் பி டேக்கன் அஸ் அசிஸ்டண்டா எடுத்துப்பாங்க. தே வில் பி டீச்சிங் யூ. ஓகே, அந்த டீச்சிங் தான் 1 வருஷம், 6 மாசம், 2 வருஷம், 2.5 வருஷம். யூ வில் பி ஹாவ் டு பி அ மாஸ்டர். ஸோ அப்புறம் தான் உங்களை வந்து செய்ய விடுவாங்க. சரிங்களா? ஏன்னா எவ்ரி ஹோட்டல் வில் ஹாவ் டு மெயின்டைன் தேர் குவாலிட்டி. ஓகே, அந்த ஃபுட்டோட குவாலிட்டின்றது ரொம்ப ரொம்ப முக்கியம். நீங்க பிரியாணி பண்ணீங்கன்னா நீங்க ஸ்கூல் ஸ்டைல்ல பிரியாணி பண்ணுவீங்க, பட் ஹோட்டல் ஸ்டைல்ல வந்து ப்ரொஃபஷனல் வே ஆஃப் மேக்கிங் பிரியாணி. அந்த பக்குவம் வரத்துக்கு உங்களுக்கு வந்து டைம் எடுக்கும். புரியுதுங்களா? ஸோ இந்த இண்டஸ்ட்ரியை பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் டு க்ரோ அப் யூ நீட் பேஷன்ஸ். யாரா இருந்தாலும் சரி, அது எந்த பொசிஷன்ல உட்காந்தாலும் சரி, எவ்ரி ஒன் வில் ஸ்டார்ட் தியர் லைஃப் ஆஸ் அ குக் ஆர் அ ட்ரைனிங். ஸோ அதுல கஷ்டப்பட்டு மேல வர்றவன் தான் வந்து தே வில் சஸ்டைன். ஓகே,
தேங்க்ஸ் சார்.
தேங்க்யூ. Anyone else?
Kishan?
Yes, tell me.
Okay, Chef, I think
Okay,
you have given enough insight for them.
hope so.
Okay.
They're happy to assist them at any point of time.
Ravichandran sir. Ravichandran sir. Can you play our video that நம்ம screen share பண்ண முடியுமா? Chef உடைய screen வந்து அந்த இத share பண்ணுங்க. நம்ம இத share பண்ணுப்பா. நம்ம
மண்டாட்டி வேலை விட்டு பாத்துட்டேன். அதுதான் வந்தேன்.
என்ன கோட்டை வேலவன் சொல்லுங்க. கோட்டை வேலவன்
இளவரசி வீட்டுக்காரர் வந்து ஓபன் ஆயிடுச்சு.
Ravichandran sir. Okay. Chef, I think better we move to
Okay.
concluding the session.
Thank you.
Okay. I think this pandemic have changed many practices of our hospital industry. One among is giving somewhat attention to the healthy diet practices. In this connection, today we have seen a beautiful presentation on post-COVID entrepreneurship opportunities in vegan cuisine by our dearmost chef K. Nageshwaran, sous chef cum culinary trainer of GRT Hotels and Resorts. And of course, he is the executive officer of South India Chefs Association. Dear student participants, through this, see, dearmost student participants, it is one of the collaborative activity by GT Arts and Science College, Subbulakshmi Narasimha College of Science, RVS College of Arts and Science. You all know that we 3 colleges are already done the memorandum of understanding to conduct different staff and student exchange programs for the mutual benefits. We already done some training programs through virtual. In that line, today we had the resource person from outside and we did the very wonderful presentation on the topic what we have seen today. See, the main objective of today's webinar is to induce or spark you in the entrepreneurship venture. I think that the students from first year, second year, third year, whoever it may be, but I think around 152 students are there in this session. So already I told you, any one of the student might have the idea or thought of venturing into the entrepreneurship in future. So I hope if 1 or 2 or 3, if anyone to become the entrepreneur in future, it will be the very much happy for the faculty or the institutions, those who are associated with this webinar now. So you should understand first, you can be the entrepreneur, you can be the startup creators, you can be the innovator. See, if the startup creators are the wealth of the country, like there is a statement is there. So the future country is depends on the entrepreneurs. Through their bright idea and through their new idea only, there will be the happening of more innovation will emerge. So in this juncture, I would like to underscore this IAC, Institutions Innovation Council. When we cross the word of innovation, we will think only on the science and technology, only will have this innovation. It is not like that. All the industry, all the avenue have the innovation, innovative practices. Through innovative practices only, we will be live, we will be updated, we will be look something different, that means unique from others. So you all know that we are facing the what we can say, our program, that means our hotel management programs are still in the line of the professional programs, even in some sectors not accepted as a professional. That thing will wipe out very soon. That all will be that's all in the hands of you. Like when you are coming with this kind of innovative idea, innovative practices, from there only we can completely wipe out that kind of image what we have in some sectors. So you can also be the entrepreneur when you identify the demand, when you understand the need of a period. So when the 15 years back, we will be using we had been using a very big computer systems. That time we don't know how to type and all. That will be the big challenges for us. That time we had the software MS Office. It was developed by Bill Gates, who is a dropout from Harvard University. So you please identify the demand of a day, demand of a period. Through that, you please innovate something. Definitely you will be the successful entrepreneur or startup creators in future. So you may ask me, what is the innovation, sir? So innovation is nothing. You are in your particular domain. Example, you are in the domain of hotel management or the catering or whatever may be. Please think out of the box of your domain. Definitely you will be the icon of your icon of the field, icon of the industry. You will be something different and unique from your ideas. So Chef K. Nageswar has underscored what are the essential things needed for to start up to take what are the essential things needed to take up the startup ventures. And he gives the idea of vegan cuisine today. So vegan cuisine is one of the need of your time due to this pandemic situation, that is corona. Now the Omicron corona is also outbreak in many countries. So the people are transforming to very healthy diet practices to obtain more what we can say immunity power. So please think, that is the one of the idea what chef has given. You also have some idea. Please identify the idea to explore it with the help of your faculty and the infrastructure facilities what we have in the institutions. So I would express my gratitude to the driving force and the hope of our institution, Lion Dr. K. Rathinam, Secretary and Correspondent of GTN Arts and Science College, and our beloved engineer R. Durai, Director of GTN Group of Institution, who is with us all the time and motivating us to take news, to take the steps for the development of the institutions as well as for the development of the community and for the students. And Dr. P. Balagurusamy, sir, Principal and President of IAC, he is being with us. Different new trendy topics for the development of the students, and Dr. J. Satyabama, convener of IAC, and students of RVS, SLCS, and GTN College. And my sincere gratitude to Cecil Williams, sir, Madam Jayalakshmi, and team of Department of Catering Science and Hotel Management of RVS College for organizing this entire webinar and bringing the students in this forum and keeping them live for almost 1 hour is very difficult. You did the wonderful job, Cecil sir and the Madam Jayalakshmi and her team. And my sincere gratitude to Mr. Suresh Kumar and team of Subbulakshmi Narasimha College of Science. Mr. Suresh Kumar is the head of the Department of Marine Catering and Hotel Management. And thank you so much, sir, for making many number of students from institution to take part in this webinar. And also I would like to underscore the faculty of GTN Group of faculty of Department of Hotel Management of GTN Arts and Science College, who are with us in organizing the entire webinar from the day one itself. I underscore in this juncture Mr. Nijay Bhunavel, who is very much supportive in organizing the entire event in a very smooth manner. And also my gratitude to the technical team, Mr. Uday Kumar and his team for giving the wonderful streaming throughout the session. Thank you so much to all the people who helped us to make this webinar as a very strong force with the hope of this 150 students will be the startup creators in futures. I bless you all. Cecil sir or Suresh sir would like to say anything? முகேஷ் என்ன டவுட் சொல்லுங்க.
சார் நான் செஃப்ட்ட பேசணும்.
சொல்லுங்க.
நான் கேட்டுட்டு தான் இருக்கேன். சொல்லுங்க.
ஹலோ செஃப்.
சொல்லுங்க முகேஷ்.
செஃப் இப்ப எங்க காலேஜ்ல பிராக்டிகல்லாம் நடக்கும், குக்கிங் பிராக்டிகல்.
ஓகே.
ஆனா அந்த பிராக்டிகல்ல நான் முன்னாடியே மெனு சொல்லிடுவாங்க.
ஓகே.
நான் அந்த மெனு நல்லா ப்ராப்பரா பண்ணிட்டு நோட் பண்ணிட்டு தான் போவேன்.
ஓகே.
ஆனா கிச்சனுக்குள்ள நான் அடுத்த நாள் குக்கிங் பண்ணும்போது அப்படி கிச்சனுக்குள்ள போகும்போது ஃபுல்லா பிளைண்ட் ஆகுது. என்ன பண்றேன்னே தெரியல. இப்ப 4 டிஷ் பண்ணுன்னா அது 4 டிஷ்மே என்னால லேர்ன் பண்ண முடியல. எதனால செஃப்?
பிகாஸ் நீங்க இப்ப ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இயரா?
எஸ் சார். ஆமா செஃப்.
ஒரே நிமிஷம் இருங்க.
ராஜ்மோகன். ஹலோ ராஜ்மோகன். ராஜ்மோகன். ராஜ்மோகன்.
ஓகே. இப்போ உங்க கேள்வி வந்து என்னன்னா, நீங்க வந்து ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணிட்டு போறீங்க, ஆனா உங்க ப்ராக்டிகல் கிளாஸ்ல வந்து நீங்க எதுவுமே பெர்ஃபார்ம் பண்ண முடியல, கரெக்டுங்களா? ஸோ தேர் ஆர் 2 பாசிபிள் ரீசன்ஸ் ஃபார் திஸ். ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் அண்ட் ஃபோர்மோஸ்ட் வந்து யூஸ்வலா ப்ராக்டிகல்ஸ் முன்னாடி வந்து அந்த இன்ஸ்ட்ரக்டர் வந்து ஒரு தடவை சொல்லி தருவாங்க. ஸோ அந்த பர்டிகுலர் டிஷ் வந்து எப்படி பண்ணணும், ப்ரீ ப்ரிப்பரேஷன் ஃபர்ஸ்ட், ஓகே, நெக்ஸ்ட் போஸ்ட் ப்ரிப்பரேஷன், அதுக்கப்புறம் ப்ரிப்பரேஷன். குக்கிங் இஸ் ஆல்வேஸ் அ ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் ப்ரொசீஜர். ஓகே, அந்த ஸ்டெப் பை ஸ்டெப் ப்ரொசீஜரை நீங்க ஃபாலோ பண்ணீங்கன்னா உங்களோட அவுட்புட் வந்து கரெக்டா வரும். ஒன்று. ரெண்டாவது வந்து யூ ஆர் நியூ டு த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி. ஓகே, ஃபர்ஸ்ட் இனிஷியலா ஒரு 8 months to 1 year, ஓகே, உங்களுக்கு வந்து இந்த இண்டஸ்ட்ரி வந்து செட் ஆகணும். இந்த கத்தி பிடிக்கிறது, அப்புறம் ஃபயர் கண்ட்ரோல் பண்றது, அதுக்கப்புறமா வந்து குவாலிட்டி, டேஸ்ட், டெக்ஸ்சர்ஸ் கொண்டு வர்றது, எவ்ரிதிங் டேக்ஸ் டைம். நீங்க வந்து பயப்படாதீங்க. அதுக்கு தான் வந்து உங்களுக்கு செகண்ட் இயர் வந்து உங்களை இண்டஸ்ட்ரியல் ட்ரைனிங் அனுப்புவாங்க. 6 months ஆஃப் ட்ரைனிங், இல்லைன்னா 3 months ஆஃப் ட்ரைனிங். ஸோ அந்த ட்ரைனிங்ல வந்து யூ வில் பி லேர்னிங், யூ நோ வாட் இஸ் ஹோட்டல் இண்டஸ்ட்ரினா என்னன்னு தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு. அப்பதான் ஸோ கிராஜுவலா வந்து யூ வில் ஏபிள் டு கம் அவுட் வெரி வெல். ஸோ அதெல்லாம் ஒன்றும் பயப்படாதீங்க, யூ வில் பி ஃபைன் சூன்.
ரொம்ப தேங்க்ஸ் சார். உங்க கூட பேசுனது ரொம்ப சந்தோஷம் சார்.
தேங்க்யூ. Rajmohan, can we wind up? Yeah. Rajmohan?
2019 batch oda third and fourth semester last year original sir.
Rajmohan, can you? Yeah. Okay. I would like to thank everyone for giving me this opportunity. And
Cecil sir, ஒரு minute. Cecil sir, எதாவது சொல்ல வந்தீங்களா?
இல்ல சார், just to thank the chef, அவ்வளவுதான் சார்.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you.
Chef, this is Cecil William from RVS College, Coimbatore.
Nice to meet you, Cecil. I think we have spoken.
Yes, sir. Yes, chef, it was really excellent. There was a lot of information on that. I think so it will enlighten our students to look on really what is other really these guys would have come to know about what is the other side of the coin is about. It was really a good one, chef. It was a good information for us also, actually, faculties. Thank also. We will henceforth take it across, chef. In our curriculum also we'll be planning. Because I think so there's something which has to be focused in near future also.
Yes.
Thank you very much, chef. It was really.
Thank you, Cecil. Thank you. We'll meet up later.
Okay. Yes, sir. Sure, sir. Sure.
Raj, we'll have to wind up.
Please, பார்க்கலாம்.
Okay. Yeah. See you. Thank you, everyone.
Students, நீங்க எல்லாரும் இந்த ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் போட்டுருக்கோம், அதை கொஞ்சம் நீங்க ஃபில் பண்ணிருங்கப்பா. சுமதி மேடம் கொஞ்சம் எல்லாரையும் கொஞ்சம் ஆர்கனைஸ் பண்ணிருங்க மேடம். எல்லாரும் அந்த ஃபீட்பேக் லிங்க் மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் ஃபில் பண்ணி விட்டுருங்கப்பா.
ஒன்றும் மாட்டீங்க, அடுத்து ஒரு பண்ணி விட்டுருங்க, நான் போயிட்டேன். நீங்க இருக்கீங்கன்னா நானும் வீட்டில் இருக்கலான்னு.
டிஸ்கஸ் பண்ணுவாங்க.
இந்த லிங்கை மட்டும் கொஞ்சம் இது பண்ணிருங்கப்பா, ஃபில் பண்ணிருங்க எல்லாருமே. நீங்க அந்த Facebook லைவ் மேடம் சொல்லுங்க மேடம். சுமதி மேடம்
சார் ஃபீட்பேக் ஃபுல் பண்ணியா சார்?
என்னப்பா தம்பி ஃபில் பண்ணிட்டீங்கன்னா நீங்க அப்படி கிளம்பிக்கலாம். மீட்டிங் விட்டு அப்படி லிவ் ஆயிருங்க.
ஓகே சார், தேங்க்யூ சார்.
எஸ் கொஞ்சம் சீக்கிரமா ஃபில் பண்ணுங்கப்பா எல்லாரும். உங்க பேர் வந்து பிரகாஷ். இப்போ அந்த வீடியோ ரெக்கார்ட் பண்ணிக்கோங்க. அந்த சாட்லயே சரி நடக்குது. இல்ல ஒரு அதனால இதுக்கு நான் ஆரம்பிச்சு சொல்லணும். ஒரு பிரசன்டேஷன் போட்டுட்டு நான் பண்ணுவேன். எனக்கு போட்டோ எடுத்து எனக்கு அனுப்புறேன். தம்பிங்களா முடிச்சிட்டீங்களா? ஹலோ, நாங்க எண்ட் பண்ணிடலாமா? Please get the link from your friend or from your faculty. Now we end the webinar. நான் லீவ் மீட்டிங் கொடுத்துருவோமா?